Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a mug video. If you haven't seen my $15 mugs and my percent sell-through rate video, they're worth checking out later. Today we're going to see what's selling on eBay for mugs. I found 30 sold from the last 90 days that went for over $100. This is an interesting collection, so stay tuned. Alright, we're going to start our list with a pretty interesting item. This is Ron Deline from Minnesota. This is a folk art face mug. It sold for $165, $11.45 shipping. My first question is why? As a child, I probably would have run away from this mug because the face is just so creepy, but I can see its appeal. It's different. It's unusual. Let's take a look at the bottom to see the artist signature. Next is Royal Doulton. This is Captain Hook, but this brand is made in England and they've done several different characters. So I've seen the Santa, I've seen the witch from like Halloween, and a few others. So this one sold for $125, $11.45 shipping. And the artwork here is great. I love these. Here's a close-up of that bottom. So it does say Royal Doulton. It has the stamp, made in England. And this says Captain Hook. Next we have Herend Chanticleer. Apologies for the pronunciation. Not really sure about this one. This is from Hungary. This sold for $165, $10 shipping. And the artwork's really nice. So it's just some chickens and roosters. It's a nice painted design. And let's take a closer look at the bottom here. So you can see it does say Herend Hungary. Hand painted. Up next is Starbucks. So this was a New York Starbucks mug. This is from 2002, so it is vintage. It sold for $150 and shipping was $86. Wow. This one has some writing on the inside, so it says The Big Apple. The side says New York on the handle. So I feel like this one's different than the other destination mugs that we've seen from Starbucks. And let's take a look at the bottom here. So it says 2002 Skyline Series. Starbucks Barista Series 1. So this is a Jim Henson Muppets mug. So this one is 3D. Sold for $119 and $8.88 shipping. This is Dr. Teeth. And you can see here the detail. This is really well made. I love the colors. You can see the brush strokes. Bottom, so we have Sigma. Hand decorated. Made in Korea. Very cool. I did see other mugs for Miss Piggy and other Muppet characters, but not a lot of those were selling at this price. Next we have a little piece of history. So this is President John F. Kennedy. It says USS Sequoia, Honey Fitz Captain Mug from the White House. This was apparently gifted to the captain of the ship that John F. Kennedy would take out. It's his presidential yacht. So this sold for $450 and $9.95 shipping. And you can see a picture of the captain. So most likely you're not going to find another one of this specific mug, but maybe you'll find something else issued by the White House for mugs. So I found a few of these for East Fork Pottery, and I was kind of baffled why this one was so expensive versus other, stoneware pottery mugs. This one sold for $100, $15 shipping. But you can see here it's stamped, easy to read, nice bold stamp on the bottom. The inside is glazed. Next we have a character mug. So this is milk glass. It has a white milky color, thus called milk glass. And it sold for $100, $12 shipping. This is Orange Blossom and Marmalade. So this is rare characters from Strawberry Shortcake. It says, I have a very nice day. That's cute. And the bottom here has raised lettering, made in USA. Here's another simple mug that's sold for over $100. This is Val Cushing Art Pottery. This is a stoneware mug, and it's sold for $104 in an auction and $12.45 shipping. You can see Val Cushing on there. It's been engraved, I guess. Next we have Marimekko. This is from Japan. It sold for $149, $10.85 shipping. It's a beautiful design. Here's a close-up of the label on the back. Now we have another mug that was made in England. This one's Barrington, and this is a bust of Dwight D. Eisenhower. So it sold for $190, $12.20 shipping. And you can see the work on this is incredible. It's a work of art. So much detail. Here's a look at the bottom here. So this is Barrington, made in England. Issue limited to 2,000. And this is number 511. So that lets you know how rare these are. This is Harrisburg Bottling Works Anheuser-Busch Prohibition stoneware mug. So this is definitely an antique. This was sold at auction for $395, $11.45 shipping. And you can see here it does have some signs of wear. Very nice looking though. And the bottom doesn't have a whole lot of information. It just has the S. This is from Splash Mountain. So this is a mug from Disney. Mug sold for $195, $8.82 shipping. What's really nice about this one is it's definitely 3D, which I love. That's really nice. He's all so Splash Mountain Disney. Alright, we have another scary mug here. This one is a face jug mug, Grace Nell Hewell, 1933 to 2016. So that's, I guess that's the birth and death of that artist. This is another folk art, surreal folk art mug. This sold for $225, $11.35 shipping. And we can see a lot of detail in this one as well. And here's the bottom. You can see the artist name and the year. I was surprised to find any Rae Dunn at this price range. If you've watched my other videos, I talk about the sell-through rate and the market share, and it's not very good. So this sold at auction for $306, $12.55 shipping. So this apparently is a rare mug for Rae Dunn. This is a bird. It says tweet. It's really cute looking. It's pretty large too. You can see from the hand. This says magenta on the bottom. Next we have Mackenzie-Childs, and this one's very whimsical. It has a checker pattern. It looks hand painted again. The shape is very unique. This sold for $115, $12.45 shipping. It looks to be in good shape, and we cannot see the logo on the bottom. This photo is too blurry, but I know that they do have a logo, and you can see that it looks hand painted. It kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. For whatever reason, it just does. The next mug is vintage. This is a shaving mug. I've seen a couple of these. It's sold at auction for $411, $8 shipping. Let's take a close-up of the images. So they are doing wallpaper in this one, but I've seen some others where they were at like a barbershop. It says Kirkbride on there. There's no information on the bottom of these, which is kind of disappointing. I wish I knew more. If you notice, the handle is very different from other mugs too. It's got like this weird circle handle. This is Fire King, and this one's a jadeite. Sold at auction for $159, $12.95 shipping. This is from Foxy John's restaurant. I just want to let you know, I did see several Fire King mugs selling for over $100, and they were all different themes. Like they were from airlines and cartoon characters. It just depends on the rarity of that specific image. But for Fire King, there were several that sold for over $100. So just be on the lookout for those. That's definitely a BOLO. Here's the bottom. And normally it has the raised edges that say Fire King very easily, but this one does not. It does say oven safe. So I gave you one more example of Fire King. So this is a vintage Burger King mug. This sold for $170, free shipping. This one's a little easier to read. You can see it says Anchor Hawking. And it does say Fire King in the middle there. I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but I can read it from here. This is the milk glass design. This is another artist mug, so very unique. This is Karnes, and this sold for $125 at auction, $7.53 shipping. It's a tripod, so it actually has kind of like a little footing at the bottom, with 3 points. And it has these carved out eyes. 2 different tones, so 3 different tones of color. Very unique. And you can see at the bottom here the initials KK, backwards K. next mug is pretty interesting. They're apparently rare because they only make a certain number of these. This sold at auction for $570 and $25 shipping. This is the Death Wish Coffee Co. Saratoga Coffee Traders. So this is not just a one-off. I did see multiples of these selling from different years. And you'll notice it says 178-200 at the top here. That's the actual item number, like which one it is out of the 200 that were produced for this style. So it's the DeneenPottery.com, hand thrown 2015. So it's not that old. It's just that they don't make a lot of them. I was surprised to see a video game theme mug on this list for over $100. This is from God of War 2018. This is from a loot crate, so that's when you do a subscription and you get all kinds of cool gear each month, and you pay a monthly fee. So this one came in a loot crate and it sold for $170, $764 shipping. The artwork is really nice. And we'll take a look at the bottom here. So it says 2018 God of War. We have another monster face mug, I guess you could call it. So this is Les Cole. And this is a devil face green mug. This one's got a lot more life to it than the others did. This one sold for $199 and $12.46 shipping. Of the three monster mugs, I do like this one the most. I like the art detail better on this one. The colors are great. The eyes are very lifelike. And you can see down here there's a little marking, LC, for Les Cole. So this is a World War II era mug. I don't know if it was actually made during that time period. Let's take a look at the bottom just to see. So this is Nishiki, China, Japan. It doesn't have the year on it, but I'm going to assume that this is pretty old. So if it's from the 1940s or 50s, maybe right after the war. The artwork on this is really nice. This sold for $100 and $10.95 shipping. This next mug surprised me. So this is just a vintage Xanax mug. Pharmaceutical companies produce mugs to advertise their drugs. This one sold for $105, $10.65 shipping. It doesn't actually say the year on the bottom here, but just from the look of the mug, you can tell that it's definitely on the older side. Next, we have a very interesting one. This is Pisgah Forest Pottery Cameo Mug, hand signed by W.B. Stephan, and it's a farmer and cattle. This sold at auction for $112, $11.45 shipping. I'm going to take a look at the bottom here so you can see the artist name, W.B. Stephan. It says 1949 on there. Okay, so this one's pretty old. You can see the 1949. It looks like it's... I'm not sure if that's supposed to be damage or if that's the way it was meant to be. Actually, you know what? It looks pretty dirty. I don't think they clean this, which is not a good thing, but they were probably trying to preserve the paint and the glaze. But you can see the farmer on here. Here's a more modern mug. This is from Anthropology. This is the artist Molly Hatch. I've shown some of Molly Hatch's work in my previous mug videos. So this sold for $160 and $19 shipping. It's a little narwhal. It's really cute. And you can see here, it doesn't say Anthropology, it just says Molly Hatch, so you have to look out for that name. This does look hand-painted. I have one more Anthropology mug for you. Oh, here we go. Now we can see it says Bird Can Fox for Anthropology, hand-painted in China. So this sold at auction for $200 and shipping was $20. This is Hermes. So they did a... This is Hermes Soleil. This is a printed porcelain mug. It sold for $295, free shipping. Here's the bottom label. This is lovely. I love that sun. Our last mug is Tiffany Co. This sold at auction for $102 and $10.55 shipping. This one's very interesting. It's a map of Manhattan, New York. You can see here it says Tiffany & Co. Fine bone china, made in Japan. And you can see it shows the street names. And it shows Tiffany where it's located. That's really nice. As always, we hope this information was useful to you. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know which item categories you'd like us to research in future videos. Thank you for watching!